We're getting ready for the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Uh, Legality. He was impeached before his term ended. And obviously, if you need to keep somebody out of office later on, like running again, any office, at least it started during his term. And then the Senate could have had the trial during the time. They didn't. Okay. I don't think that's a problem. Freedom of speech, yeah. Well, he definitely incited the crowd that was there, and the following speakers also incited the crowd, which he is the one responsible for that platform, President Trump. And the last guy would take names and kick ass. So they sent him off pretty good. But apparently the people that were there, a lot of them were already intent on stopping the electoral process, stopping the vote there of the senators, accepting it. Anyway, Trump set the stage a long time ago by telling people the mail-in ballots weren't any good. He thought that maybe he would lose votes that way. I mean, a lot of Republicans mail-in ballots. So anyway, that was one of his claims. After the election fraud, his followers, I guess, wanted to believe it, and some of them believe it till today. Maybe after the trial, they'll realize that there wasn't the election fraud that the president was talking about. And there's probably always a few votes that shouldn't be counted, but there was no widespread election fraud to affect anything. But he fired his cybersecurity guy because the man said there was no election fraud. It was the greatest election ever. Well, that wasn't his program. His program was to stay in power. That's what he wants to do. He has no respect for democracy at all. Okay. Just wants to maintain his power. That's what he's done all his life. Try to maintain his power, money and power. If that's your ultimate goals, in the end, you may do a lot of things that aren't really good. And that's what he did. He's not an honest man. He's not a trustworthy man. He's not a man of character. He's not a man of integrity. You lack those, hey, he might be giving you a lot of things you like. And if that's enough for you, that's your decision. But you got to live with it too. The voters put him in there the first time. I don't think they thought he was that bad. I mean, the other candidates knew that. I've talked about that. They talked down on him because they knew who he was. But after he got in, well, they fear his voters. They fear his vengeance. And that's why even now, some of the Republicans may not decide to convict. You can't convict a person with all he's done. Don't try to be a law and order person. You're only fooling people. Yeah, you're a tough guy. You're a tough guy when you're on top. You're afraid of his voters. You're afraid of him losing a job. Hey, get another job. There's lots of jobs out there, man. Come on. Don't be a coward all your life. That's what it is. A coward and a weasel if you don't vote for conviction if you're a Republican. There's no other. You fear Trump's voters? Eventually, some of these Trump voters will realize that, yeah, Trump did lie on the massive fraud. Right now, probably a lot of them still believe that. Well, it's coming out where the TV personalities who went along with the Trump fraud, yeah, they're getting sued by the company. So is it Smartomatic? I guess Smartomatic was, I'll have to research it more, but they were one of the companies that Trump said, hey, fraudulent votes, machines, fraud. Okay, fine. Well, apparently they were only using L.A. County as far as I heard. So, they're picking up something that's not even a chance of being valid, but the people fell for it. He, all along the way, he just gave you the impression that, yeah, you had to do something about it. He got people riled up. He definitely did. His attorney general quit, right? Why? because he didn't want to go along with the fraud. He knew it wasn't fraud. They said DOJ investigated and said it was fine. No fraud. No fraud to affect the outcome. Okay. That's not enough for Trump. He gathered his people up, a lot of diverse people in the Republican Party, far right, some conspiracy theories, just some regular solid Republicans who believe in less government, paying less taxes, less intrusion in their life. Fine. That's what makes our society great. They've got people on one side, people on the other side. Hopefully we kind of meet in the middle and everybody gets something. But if you're not honest along the way and you don't have character, integrity, you don't have anything. You don't have nothing. What do you got? When you finally expire in the end, you're going to breathe your breath, your last breath is one where you're not honest, one you don't have character, one you're a coward. A coward's only a coward when times are tough. That's when they run. They're not cowards when times are good. Yeah, they stand up like they're ready. I'm tough. Yeah, no, sure, you're tough. Yeah. Well, anyway, hope the Republicans do the right thing. They're going to listen to all this. They were the ones infected in there. They're going to hang Pence, right? Yeah, sure. It's a sick inning. It just tells you how our society is not as good as I thought it was. The American people have really gone down a lot. Our light's no longer on top of the hill. It's flickering somewhere toward the bottom, climbing up. Now, we could make it again to the top. We're a country that deserves to be up there. But we're going to have to change our ways individually. You're still going to go along with this and thinking that Trump's the man? Yeah, he might have some great ideas for you if you like that. That's fine. But you got to be able to separate some of the things he does from who he is and what he's going to make you do. And you're going to bow down to somebody who's dishonest. You're going to say, this is our guy. Come on, man. Don't do that anymore. It's time to face the facts. You get people like Liz Cheney, obvious integrity. Whatever her political beliefs are, she believes in them strongly, and she goes with honesty and integrity, character. Same thing with Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski. These people are examples for the Republican Party to look up to. Find someone that'll lead. It's a good person. We can have our difference politically. That's fine. But get somebody who's solid. Maybe you don't believe the other party's solid. Well, I don't think we'll get anybody, hopefully again, like Mr. Trump there. He is a character. And he just showed what we had. The people were ready for him, his people. The other people knew exactly who he was. Yeah. People that didn't vote for him knew who he was, could see right through him. But the people supporting him are still doing it. It's a problem you're going to have to face. You have to look at what type of person you want to be. You want to be a good person? Well, there's certain things you got to be doing. You certainly got to be honest. You got to be a person of your word. You got to have character. And those things Mr. Trump lacks. Got a lot of money. Got a lot of fame. But in the end, that's not that solid. What's solid is in your heart, who you are as a person. And anyway, let's see how it goes. He's going to be sued civilly too. They're talking about that. We've read that on the internet, and I've thought about that right off. And there's a lot of police people that got hurt there. They'll be suing the people that hurt them, and suing the guy that sent him there. I'll let the judge and jury figure that one out. Criminal investigation. Well, it seems to me a shoe-in. I read that the Department of Justice isn't planning on it. Well, they're not planning on it maybe right now. We'll see what happens when they convict a lot of the people that went in with American flags. Hey, yeah, Yeah, take an American flag in it to try to defeat democracy. That's a real, come on now, think about it. These people got misled, and they followed like sheep. Yeah, sheep. Anyway, they'll have to live with it. But hopefully America will be stronger for this. Start to get back to basics, who we are, a good people. That's what we aspire to be. And if you don't, hey, like we used to say in the old days, take off to another country if you don't like it. If you want to bring us down, if you want to have a country that's not filled with good people, take a trip out. Plane, boat, stay away. All right. And that's all I got to say today.